Okay, today we are working on the LG model refrigerator LMXC23796S. Working on the French doors here up front, and basically what I've got here is that this factory panel right here on the side has started delaminating on the bottom, and I've done some research on this. It's not very great, but I'm gonna attempt to take this apart. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna pull this apart now. I already took off the little water tray, pull straight out. I've done a lot of prodding and pulling and checking on the inside. This piece all the way around has little tiny fingers that go straight in, and this little piece on top, it goes straight in like this, and those little fingers curve up like that. On the mating piece on the inside, it also has these little black fingers that come out and they curve down like this. So this is what it looks like underneath there. So what you gotta do is you gotta take it right here along this front edge, right there, and pretty much all the way around the thing. I'm gonna start here and try to work my way around, and then hopefully once I've got these two sides out, the rest comes out, because I can't do that over there. But anyways, what you gotta do is kind of push down really hard with your fingers right here and pull back at the same time to try to get the outer shell, to try to get that to push down. You're flexing the plastic with your finger to get it to push down, and try to do this. And then once it's away, pull it out. Not the easiest thing in the world, but apparently it's what I gotta do. So let's try it. So right here at the very front, I'm gonna start dead center since the plastic is most movable right there. I'm gonna push down, pull it out. Okay, so feels like got it. Take my scraper with the tape on it. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, went up and turned the power off for this next part, because now we're into the printed circuit board on the back side, and when you disconnect power and reconnect power to the printed circuit boards, they don't like to be done live. So we turn the power off to everything, circuits all bleed down at the same time, and now we can disconnect everything. So first things first, we gotta disconnect this top guy. There we go. And then we're going to disconnect the bottom guy. And these all look unique. And then that big one. Small one there. There we go. Alright, here is the unit removed. These are the little fingers I was talking about. As you can see, they're backwards from what I thought they would have been, so that makes everything extremely difficult. And here's the little grips down the side and along the bottom, right there. Here's the printed circuit board along the back. More of those little fingers along the side. This is the top side right here. So go top, down the bottom. Here's the limit switch for the ice. And then here's the limit switch for the water. And we're going to replace the water handle too. Okay, so here's the new part that we got to put in right here. You can see these little fingers are on the back. That's how we're going to have to pull it out. Same thing here. It looks like if we just take these guys and push them down, we should be able to get this to fold down from underneath and pull it out. Okay, I put the new part next to the old parts, and what I see is that at 1, 2, 3, 4 places up and down here, we have to remove the screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 screws on this outside are going to have to come off to let this face release. Let's see if we can get this out of here. that was a pain in the ass. I started off just trying to remove the 4 screws on the one side and ended up needing to take all of them off to get the other side loose, but it's mainly because LG used a little foam tape all the way around this guy. The new one doesn't come with that foam tape, and you really can't reuse the old one. So it's just going to go back in without it. But yeah, so you got to take off all 8 screws and take the board out completely before you can, and then you have to break the tape seal all the way around it to get that back out. So now let's go ahead and press this new one back in and then reassemble it. Push it down here, line it up. Okay, that guy's back in all the way around. Let's go ahead and print this printed circuit board back down, control panel back down. Okay, next I'm changing out the water level, the water lever, and basically all these are just little tangs that hold halfway through the lever. So you end up having to push the handle one way. In this case, I pushed it towards the display. I pushed it that way really hard and then pulled away, and then it just pulled off from the inside, and then you slide it back the other way and do the same thing on that side, pull it down, and then there's the handle with the springs. Swap the springs over to the new one now. Okay, we're gonna make sure it's the right one now. Notice the old one just was missing the symbol, that's why I was changing it out. But they look correct, so I'm gonna go ahead and move the springs over to the new one, put it back in. If anyone's watching this video looking to change this guy out, note that you don't have to take this all apart like I did to do this particular part right here. All you have to do is push to one side and pull, and push to the other side and pull, and it comes right off. So let's see if I can get this back in. I'm going to bring it up here and hook the one side. And then I'm going to push up on the other side now, on this side over here. we go. It's installed. Now, this is pretty nasty, but it's mainly just condensation from the freeze-thaw cycling on the inside. So I'm going to go through just with a wet rag and wipe down everything before I put it all back together, just to clean it up, just something nice. Okay, I've wiped up around the inside here. I'm just going to grab a couple of these things and move them around and make sure nothing's loose before I put it all back together, because this was definitely a pain in the ass that I don't want to do again. So we're going to make sure everything's okay. That looks good. Yep. Looks good. Alright, so I've got the new panel here, or I got the replacement parts all installed. Everything looks good. Sounds good. So I'm going to go start hooking these guys back up. Put that guy on there. This one, I believe. Oh, no, that one's the one that went down here. This one was the one that went right here. There. This one was the one that went right there. Okay. Looks good. Okay, we're just going to seal this guy up now. Pretty much the painful way it went in or came out is just the opposite the way it comes in. Basically just sits down there, and we're going to push it straight back in. Let's move this back around here. Get some light. Okay, all the way in. Gonna go back with my little razor blade with some tape and push some of that foam back in there. Okay, last thing we're gonna do is put this tray back on, and go ahead and just verify function. And then let's see. To get the door to work, you gotta open a refrigerator door and then hold this. Yep. Yep. Yep, so we have functionality of everything, so we're up and running. This was a colossal pain in the ass. I don't recommend it to anybody, but if something's messed up and you gotta get in, this is kind of the way I did it. Not great, took a couple hours to do, start to finish, because I was really afraid of breaking this guy. I found it on Amazon for about $200, but I didn't want to spend the 200 bucks. So anyways, hope this helps some people. Take care.